Hello again from my front porch. Today is a little difficult episode for me because nobody likes to admit when they've failed, when they have fallen short, and I'm just like anybody else. I don't like having to do that either. But I am going to do this today for a couple of reasons. One, hopefully as an aspect of encouragement to others who are in similar positions as myself, or not necessarily exact details, but the emotions of the situation, but also because I need the element of accountability to hold myself accountable for this. So here's the deal. Those of you who've been with me on this journey of life for a while, you know that I was diagnosed type 2 diabetic a good couple of years ago, maybe three, I don't know, but it's been a while. And that I already had started trying to eat a little better and live a little better, but I was just not binging on stuff was the big change, and that had started to have some impact. I'd started to lose weight and feeling better, but I was still consuming a lot of high carb things, a lot of soda, a lot of things like that, and as a result, when I went in, I was diagnosed type 2 diabetic. My blood sugar level was very high. My A1C was like 14 on a 15 scale, and so then went to work right away to correct that, and was very successful at that. Brought that number just in 6 months, brought it way down to under the diabetic range, and I have stayed at under diabetic range until my most recent appointment, where I still technically was under the range, but just by a hair, by a fraction, because I had gone up about an entire point on that scale. More than that, I also had gone up in weight. Now, everybody talks about the COVID weight that we all gained, and I think there is some truth to that. That this last year did, for a variety of different reasons, did cause a lot of us to put on some extra pounds. But in my case, that also showed up when I was at the doctor's office, and so that was a factor as well. Was not anywhere near as active as I used to be. I put on extra weight, and my blood sugar level had started to go creep back up because I wasn't watching what I was eating. And you would think that would then jar me into, okay, you gotta get serious about this, but it didn't. In fact, that was before the holidays, and I went through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and justified a lot of stuff, ate a lot of stuff that I should not have been eating, and justified all of it as just a little holiday, just I was eating a lot more bread products, a lot more pasta, drinking a lot more soda, diet soda, and not really taking it as serious, not taking it serious at all, apparently, from what I was doing. And so I have noticed over the last week or so that I was having a lot of headaches. I was having trouble with my vision, with my headaches, and some of it was sinus, migraine kind of stuff. But I am convinced that a part of it was the sugar level that I was battling with now, because that does affect your eyes and your eyesight, and that it was screwing with my eyes and making it little so that my contacts were not correcting correctly. And that's creating headaches for me because my vision not what it needs to be. And you might say, "Oh no, Paul, you're overreacting." But yesterday, for the first time in, sad to say, probably a few months, I took my blood sugar in the morning with a little finger poke thing. I used to do that every day, and then I stopped doing it because I was doing okay. And so I took it yesterday. And the goal when you do that is to try to be around or below 120. Mine was 186. So that was like a, oh wow, that was eye-opening. And I had only sporadically at best been doing my morning exercise stuff, gotten way out of the habit of that. I put on pound, I weighed myself, and I didn't do it yesterday, but I weighed myself today, and I'm at 208 pounds. At my best point, I had gotten down to about 182, 183. So that means that my COVID weight is a good 20, 25 pounds. And my blood sugar obviously is way up. And these are not good things. My body shape is a little too rounded again. You even see it in my face and the excess here, because there was a point where my face looked slimmer, and I didn't have as much of this down here either, because I wasn't carrying the water and all of that as well, or the fluids. And so I've decided that now today, that as of last night, or as of yesterday, technically, when I had that wake up call, but as of this morning now, I'm getting back on the wagon. I made myself a chart to hold myself accountable, where I'm checking off that I did all of the morning exercises I'm supposed to do, that I am checking off that I'm writing in what my blood sugar level was at the beginning of each day, and what my weight is at the beginning of each day. I don't expect there to be dramatic changes in those two numbers in the short few days here, but I've mapped that out on into April. It fills up a couple of pages, and that took me to about the middle of April. And so my goal is to be back on the wagon of reducing dramatically the carbs, cutting out the soda, watching the sweet intake, reinstituting eating more protein things, more vegetables, all of that kind of stuff, drinking a lot more water than I've been drinking, and also doing the exercises and trying to be more active. My goal is to get both the blood sugar and the weight back down to where I want them to be. And the good part about this is I know I can do it, because I have done it just a couple of years ago. So I know I can do it. In fact, I look at pictures of myself now compared to just a year ago, and I can see the change, the roundness in my face and things, and it's not that I look bad. In fact, if I had guaranteed that I would look like this, or be in this condition, and I was locked into this, I could probably live with that. The problem is, if I don't correct the path, then everything that I'm seeing now only gets worse, and I don't want that to happen. I kind of like living. I kind of want to be around for a while, and I want to be around healthy, and I want to be able to be as active as I want to be. And so I can do this. I know I can do this. And this is not like a New Year's resolution thing. I didn't do any of those this year, and I oftentimes don't do those at all, because they're kind of pointless. People just do them because you feel like you have to do something for the new year. This has nothing to do with the new year. This has to do with me living more years. It's a whole different thing. But you may be in the same boat. It may not be a health thing. It may be some other hobby thing. It may be a work thing. It could be some other interest thing. Who knows what it could be? But you may be in the same boat where there is something that you want to do, and you just have had lots of starts and stops. Or maybe you even used to do it really well, and now it's kind of gone by the wayside, and you just think, I had my moment and it's gone now. I can't get it back. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you want it, go after it. If it's something that made you happy, if you were happier doing whatever or living however, or what, then pursue that. Do that. Don't let it go just because, well, that time is gone. No, if it's something that means that much to you, go after it. Now, it's going to require change. It's going to require commitment. It's going to require follow through. And for me personally, that's my biggest obstacle, because working from home so much, I've become very complacent about a lot of things. It's a whole lot easier just to sit on the couch and watch TV than it is to do anything. And so that's my biggest personal obstacle. That's why I'm doing this, so that you all can be sharing in my successful journey. So that means I need to continue the success so I can report out on it. And also I did the chart. So I have it in writing, visually. I am confronted with this on a daily basis, that I need to check in and I need to write this stuff down so I can see with my own eyes that I am either making progress or I'm not making progress. And if I'm not making progress, then got to step up my game even more. Fortunately, I have a girlfriend who's very supportive. Lisa and I talked about a little of this last night, and she's like, "Yep, oh yeah, I don't want you to run into any hassles or health issues either. So we need, yep." And so we started talking about some of the alterations. Now it's not going to be easy because Sophia, her 10-year-old daughter, when we want to have food, she's all like, "I want chicken strips, I want chicken nuggets," and the places where you buy those things don't always tend to have the kind of stuff that I should be eating now. But we'll figure it out. It'll work out. It'll be fine. But anyway, so today my blood sugar was down to 180. Not dramatically down, but I just discovered yesterday that it was 186, and so down to 180 is at least moving it in the right direction. And so as long as I continue to do that, that's success. Every day is success. So again, today I was 208 pounds and 180 for my blood sugar. And I'm not going to tell you every single day what they are, but I'm just documenting today, this is where I'm at. By the middle of April, I look forward to being in a whole different category, back to what I want to see, both visually and in the documentation, in the numbers that I'm recording. I can do it. I know I can do it. And if you're going to go back after something or for something for the first time, so can you. You can do it too. Let's do this together. All right. Hey, go team. And with that, I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.